What's up guys, Matt here, and today I'm working on a friend's '07 BMW 530xi manual with an N52 engine. He's been complaining about oil leaking on the driveway, so today we're going to tackle a few common oil leaks associated with this motor, including the oil filter housing gasket, the oil cooler gasket, and while we're in there, we're going to do the power steering reservoir gasket because it's super cheap and easy to do, and his is leaking, and in fact most of them that I've seen have been leaking. I'll leave part numbers in the description in case you guys are trying to follow along with this. Let's get started. So a lot of times these little hood struts go bad, and a pair of locking vice grips is really good. Always helps me out, especially because I had my light on there. This first part just pops off. It has these little retainers that go on the end of these bolts over here. You're going to want to cover everything because there's going to be a lot of coolant leaking out. The first step that I did was remove the intake. I don't think it's necessary looking back at it, but it definitely made a lot more room to get my camera down there and all the lights and everything. I like to use these T handles because they're quick and quiet, and I would do a lot of work at night, but you can use whatever. I like to put something in the intake just so that nothing falls down in there. And then when you're getting this out, there's a little clip right here that you have to get. So just pop that little clip out and then it should slide out. This is getting the belt off. Hit the camera here so it goes out of focus for a second. Next I put another towel down in there because I'm going to start removing coolant lines. These get stuck, so I find that using a little pick tool, get in there. You have to be really, really careful. Don't puncture the hose at all, but just to separate it from the metal. Usually helps quite a bit. And then I didn't have anything on me, so I had to reach around for it. This is the first thing I found. Just grab something to plug that up so it doesn't keep leaking. These pop off and then they're supposed to slide right out, but a lot of times they're seized up in there. This one, the O-ring was really swollen on it. I had to replace it. You'll see that in the next video. Kind of a pain in the ass to get off without breaking them. Just be careful. Usually super, super brittle. So just use force, but don't torque it to the side or anything like that, because that's when you'll break it. And sometimes you'll break it even just pulling it off. Now we're about to remove the oil cooler. I probably should have removed the oil filter first because all the oil will drain back into the engine block. I didn't. Next time I will. Not a huge deal. So in this next shot, you'll see where it was leaking and where all the oil is built up on the bottom of it. So you can see there, some of it was coming out. At this point, I removed the oil filter, and you'll see why. I should have done this first. Boom. But like I said, not a huge deal, just a little bit of oil. And every time I do an oil change on these, I like to clean these out, but just stuff something in there right now. These little ratcheting external torques are great. In fact, I think it's the only way that I could have got that one under the intake. I do back myself into a corner right here, and I can't get the tool off, so I had to remove, there's another little coolant hose that goes, it's right next to it. I just pop that off, and I was able to get my tool off and get that bolt out of there. I don't know if I'd have used a different tool if I would have had it on that or not. I think I would have, though. So now that it's out of the way, we can get that fastener out. This is the tricky one, the one under the intake. Just have to be really careful. Take your time. It doesn't come quick, but you can get it. There we go. You can see all the oil built up on the back of that one too. So I'm just wiping down, being really careful not to get anything into the engine block. And then I put some tape down, and then you can do some more serious cleaning. This is for a friend of mine, so I didn't go crazy cleaning, and it's in the middle of the winter time, so my hoses are shut off. But I just want to kind of get the area so there's no dirt and debris in there. When you go to refit everything, you want everything to be really nice and clean so it seals right. And then we're just going to go through and clean all this up and put the new gaskets in. And then in the next video, we'll do the reassembly. that's it for this video, but I'll be making a second part where I explain the reassembly and how to bleed the cooling system and reset the oil life using Auto Ingenuity. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please consider subscribing and let me know in the comments what you think of this video and how I can improve. It really helps me out and motivates me to keep making these videos. Thanks for watching.